more because he's going to fissure block the offlane. You're going to get a good start. And the shard. You have to mention the shard, of course. Changes the hero dynamic entirely because you can just walk up cliffs. You always have a stun follow-up no matter what, even if you don't have your blink up. It's really nice.
Well, let's see. Let's see what sort of shenanigans YapzOr can get up to early to secure that sort of preferential lane position and setup and make things a little easier for Zai up on the top lane.
I'm going to be watching mid quite a bit because I've seen these Storm Spirits. The better the player is, the more dominant the matchup is versus the Bat Riders a lot of the times. And it's really just up to the Bat to just completely outplay the Storm. So I want to maybe even see like an Aramis TP if they get a good positioning for the Flame Break knockback or something like that. Even pre 4 minutes or maybe setting up around the rune. I definitely want to see this Earth Spirit put attention onto Nisha to give Boom an advantage.
Yeah, we'll see how active indeed Aramis is going to be. I mean, and as you say, he's going to sort of have the space to make a lot of those movements. You look at the bottom lane. Is this a lane where Underlord, Toby's going to be fine left on his own?
There's no stuns that Toby really has to be careful. So if there is a concern, if the position is on, he just TP to his tower, right? So I feel like he has a little bit more liberty to move. It's a hard lane for them no matter what. They can't actually put pressure at all. And I mean, and Puppey's actually just ruining Aramis right now.
He is. Aramis is. He's going to have to pop a salve or something. As Puppey completely zoning him out. He's going to have another orb in a second. I wonder if he goes for it. At the same time, top. Stellary also taking quite a bit of harassment here from YapzOr and Zai. And indeed, yeah, Aramis is just going to have to pop that salve for himself to allow him to stay in the lane.
And he wants to be able to pull. He wants to like pull the lane once on this Earth Spirit, right, to get Toby a decent start, and then be able to maybe look to move around. But yeah, Puppey not allowing that to happen. And yeah, it's going to be a tough lane for these two anyway. Underlord's going to get some last hits, but PL's going to free farm down here. So we'll see what those moves are. Yeah, top this Earthshaker Death Prophet lane is actually not that bad. The Troll's going to farm, but they can probably get some kills if there is just some messed up positionings, especially from Celery.
We're seeing the mid at the moment. Just a little bit of... Well, okay, he's got the 3 creeps here. Yeah, pretty much even between Nisha and Boom right now in the 1v1.
And now, there's the TP, so Aramis is coming already.
I mean, Nisha stepped up pretty far.
I like this move. I think this is exactly what he needs to do to set up Boom for success.
Yeah, Puppey's going to come across, see if he can do anything to help out, but with the stacks of Napalm onto Nisha, there's no hope. As first blood goes the way of Boom, Aramis is going to look for the neutral denied. Nice. He's able to do it. Excellent stuff here from Aramis.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see him do. Just an excellent movement as soon as he sees the opportunity when he hits level 2. Nisha, I think now he's going to be probably thinking about that more so when he does step up on the high ground with two sticky stacks.
Definitely going to have to respect sort of the response here from Aramis a little bit better. We'll see where he heads out to now. He's back on the map. Looks like, yeah, just going to take the move down to bottom. 30 seconds until he's going to be able to help out again mid. So Boom probably will keep himself to himself a little bit. Make sure that there's not an opportunity for Secret themselves to make a move. But he knows where YapzOr is. He's YapzOr top remaining here. Continuing to try and set up onto Celery. And with the Siphon damage, they'll be able to take him down. So this lane, as you said, that's going to have its potency, especially against Celery, starting to now get those kills.
He's sick by YapzOr too. The fissure, and then he actually steps right in front of him so that this Oracle can't go down that sneaky tree line. Good stuff up there. And now he's level 3, so even stronger potency coming from the Earthshaker with triple ways of stunning. And now again, look, mid. Nisha stepped up too far. He stepped up. It's an instant TP from not just one, but the 2 of them. They're going to bring Celery over as well. Make sure they have that further control with the root. As Nisha getting well and truly prioritized here by Viking in the mid. Boom's still got the stick charge, so he's not even going to go down to the tower. And there's also a regen rune for him waiting down bottom. Could not be any better for Boom. And yeah, I mean, Viking, they're playing this mid lane to perfection, right? This is exactly what they've got to do. They're making the most of hitting Nisha before he hits that 6. Absolutely, yeah. It's super crisp moves, and YapzOr is not really able to help it. Like, he made the play top, but it was too quick to happen mid because the Oracle respawned and just TP'd to set up with that Earth Spirit, and then can just naturally move the way toward top. So, yep, absolutely beautiful stuff from Viking. Still not have a gold lead at the start here, but a good start to enable Boom to be ahead of Nisha, which we wouldn't usually expect.
We'll see down bottom. Puppey, he's going to have to use the orb to get out of this. As soon as he tries to get aggressive onto Toby, Aramis instantly in and on top of the puck. See the 5-minute runes coming up. Looks like it will just be the trade 2 for 2 for them here.
Yeah, no invasion play. Boom can't push the lane in hard enough. He doesn't have his Firefly up, so he can't check or steal Nisha's. Nisha gonna stack and maximize in the meantime. Nisha's still not having a bottle, though, so he's actually having to hold the rune there for the moment till he does get it delivered.
Yeah, so for sort of all the time that Yapso has spent up here, do you imagine, like, is he himself going to look towards the mid to try and help Nisha out, or with the way that mid's gone, is it sort of too late to look for that opportunities?
He should be okay here. Yeah, he should be able to walk away. I think around level 6. When Storm hits 6, you can make the plays a lot easier. Just because he got set up on twice now, he can't make it pre-6. Sometimes you can, as an Earthshaker with the Storm versus anybody, because you get the early point in Vortex, but just wait till Nisha gets 6. He has to be more comfortable. And he will finish it right now. He's got this stack to work through. And they will double check the runes on Viking anyway. Make sure that they can get this for Boom, not let Nisha get a power rune. And it will be an arcane rune bottom. So one of the best ones for both of these mid laners. That's top Shad. He's been left alone since they are double checking the runes with the supports. He's actually getting pressured here, Zai.
I mean, Boom's going to come over with the TP. Can he do anything to keep them off Shad? He can't. Siphon out, and they'll get the kill. See if they can take down Zai in return. Zai's going to go immediately for the TP out. There's nothing else to put it to a stop. So a great move and escape from Zai, and also pretty big having that lasso being used here the first time round.
Yeah, I think he did pop the arcane before using it, but yeah, it's going to be a wasted one, and they get they get a nice kill, and they get earn charges too on Zai. There's a big benefit for him. And now, yeah, Nisha now gets the pressure relieved off of him without having lasso up. And Secret starts to apply very nice pressure. Like, the troll is getting slowed down quite significantly, as you can see, because of this top lane, the Earthshaker and the Death Prophet. As we mentioned, you know, Matu's getting free farm. He has no worries down here. He's going to do the PL build, we call it now, because it's hood into defusal every game, or defusal into hood every single time.
And how does this game sort of look on paper for a PL that has free farm? Like, is this a game where Viking, you consider them to have good answers to the PL down the line?
No, I don't think they have many answers really at all, especially if they start to fall behind too early on. Matu can really take over. He's amazing against both supports. He's pretty damn good against Troll Warlord, especially if he's ahead like this, and he's great versus Bat Rider. All his matchups are good except for, I guess, versus Underlord in a way. So it should be, yeah, it's going to be really tough for them. And it's not just the PL. It's like, they did gank Nisha twice in the mid lane, but he's still fine. He's still completely recovered because of those stacks. He's actually same net worth as the Bat. And he's going to be a nuisance. He's going to be a problem with their slightly limited disables.
We'll see Shab returns to top lane, but already you see Secret there. They're immediately sending the full backup up at the three of them. Probably Yapso and Zai. Yeah, they could look to...
He's got Exorcism and he's tanky.
So, yeah, really put the pressure on.
Shad right away.
Trying to push Celery off to the side. Yapso with the body blocks, allowing Zai to close the gap. And Celery, he's got the stick charges, but yeah, with that earned damage and a final Crypt Swarm, Zai gets the kill. And really breaking down this top lane of Viking and sort of buttering it up into a position where Zai is going to be able to put the pressure onto this tower and threaten this tier 1 very early.
Shad has to leave the lane. They have to just ditch this tower, I feel like. Unless they bring probably 4 or 5 heroes up here, even the Underlord, I don't know if they can defend. They're going to send the Earth Spirit, so that says to me they're going to try to defend it.
I mean, it's definitely going to be tricky with the Ghost out. We'll see how much Viking can do to sort of get Zai off this tower. And yeah, Aramis already just starting to roll away. Did manage to pull the creep wave out of this, but Zai, I mean, with the earn charges, he's sort of happy to tank a bit here, just get as much damage as he can done with that Exorcism, forcing out the fortification.
Okay. So not a full defense, just a pseudo one, where he, yeah, like you said, pulls the wave. Bat Rider's just going to finish his bots in the mid lane, and Underlord's finishing his items down bottom. Rather than committing fully, they're just going to slow down the push. Pretty significantly, too. Not able to finish it off, and now Shad can make his way back up there. So decent hold, just an Earth Spirit kick to slow it down. Very nice.
I'll see from the mid, Celery and Boom. Smoking up Boom now with the completed bots. And of course, Lasso ready to go.
And now there is no exorcism, and the support's not quite, of course, not like level 6 on the side of Secret, so this could be a nice move if he's able to find somebody, but he shows himself mid, goes back to farming.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, can you sort of expect with Vikings heroes, you know, now that they do have Boom with the bots, once he's sort of refueled and ready to go, can they start running at this PL? Like, is that sort of the plan? Or if you're Viking, are you trying to just shut down the other heroes enough to get to a point where you're going to be bringing a team fight and Secret's supporting cast isn't strong enough to enable the PL at the timing that Viking's going to try and bring the fight to them?
It's just a bit scary, to be honest, because when I look at the drafts, I see decent initiation on the side of Viking, of course, with the Bat and Earth Spirit, but I see phenomenal counter initiation from Secret. So I feel like they just have to be careful where they do make the move. But Matu is way too hard to go for at this moment. Unless he massively misplays, they won't be able to find this PL. But they look like they're letting the top towers continue to get pressured here. And once the levels do kick off, though, the two supports on Secret, they're going to add a whole new overwhelming amount of team fight to the draft. So I feel like this downtime, maybe they don't feel like they can fight because of how much they've been shut down on the troll, but I feel like if they wait too long, it's going to be harder for them to even fight because of those supports.
And do you like this on Shad, the build-up with the Falcon Blade?
We've been seeing it on all of these Agi cores.
Yeah.
I have yet to see it on a melee because I count.
Oh wow,
still
dude!
As a melee hero.
He's got Falcon Blade queued straight into Ags.
Okay. I mean, that doesn't solve the solution of the PL, which he's supposed to be, which is a big concern for me.
You don't sound like you're a fan.
I like the Ags a lot. He needs to be the hero to kill the Phantom Lancer and to match the PL. So I feel like him not going Maelstrom or Battle Fury, it's going to hurt, but maybe he feels like he just can't.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. They've obviously got something in mind with this bit of a different approach. As you say, you know, absolutely Aghanim's an incredibly strong item on Troll. But interesting to see Shad get it in this order. As he's got it cubed, we'll see if he does actually build into it straight up off the Falcon Blade and what sort of moves they can make with it. Bottom lane, Yapsor looking to cut off Toby here with the Fisher. Toby's going to try and get out with the Rift. Yapsor just dropping everything here. Toby, he's not going to make it away. They do get the kill. Boom.
Might lose what, Boom?
I mean, he's thinking about trying to make a jump in onto Zai. He's got the lasso.
Got the siphons.
See if they've got enough damage. Knocking Zai back with the Flame Break. Nuking him down low. They'll get the kill. Now rolling in. They're going to be able to find Yapsor as well by the looks of it with the Firefly. Boom's able to burn down a second. So Viking, they may have lost Toby, but actually able to find the favorable trade there, getting both Zai and Yapsor in return.
Yes, they saw, I mean, Yapsor overcommitted the Echo to make sure that he, you know, Underlord stays in position, but they see that. That's when they see an opportunity. Boom, waiting in the sidelines. Nice lasso grab. Do see Nisha now pretty much have Orchid done, and he found the item for Storm Spirit. He got the Fairy Trinket. So now he's going to start popping off. And this Orchid is very effective versus all 5 heroes.
I'll see how much of a hold Secret want to do down there. Puppey, he's been caught. Nicely done by Toby there. As soon as the orb was used, Toby's able to catch him on just the edge of the pit. It's enough to allow them to close in and take him out in the river. Nisha, he's going to lead in straight away onto the bat. An Invis rune was found. He pops it, and he's away. He's trapped in by the Fisher, but it doesn't matter. They've got no vision down around this area as that Invis rune saves Boom's life.
And it shows the Orchid as well, so they get to see the first usage of that and be able to pick how they're going to continue their pressure. And they're going to go bottom with Shad as well showing up. So they really want to take out this final tower here. Zai, no exorcism at the ready. Puppey has his coil though, and it looks like they want to fight. Nisha not at the most healthy.
If they could kill Zai before the fight starts, though, this is going to be a great beginning for Viking as they're straight in and they've got him with no difficulty at all. So now it's a question really, if Secret want to still try and commit for this. They've lost the tower, they've lost Zai down here. Do they still want to try and look for a fight?
It's rallied around Toby too, who has a mech, so they're pretty strong if he is there, but Boom just TP's out. Matu, he's got the defusal.
Yeah, straight in with the silence. Onto the back lines, they've found Celery, but Celery's actually able to get the false promise off in time. Follow-ups there from Nisha. Moves in onto Aramis with the Orchid, takes him out. Dream Coil locks down both Toby and Shad here off to the side. The illusion is just burning the entirety of Celery's mana. He's got nothing left to pop. Booms in with the lasso. He's found the grab onto Nisha. Has he got enough damage? Though he hasn't. Nisha's out with the Ball Lightning TP. Nisha will make it away.
Can't believe Secret actually persisted to try to fight into that one after the tower dies and after they lose Zai. just into the mech. Just they're still strong on Viking. They got the the one support, right? But Celery ended up living because his false promise. Dead even now. Actually, slightly gold leading even for Viking after that tower does get taken out. So pretty decent after this laning start here. And we're gonna just see like Shad. He's full committed for it. So
yeah,
we're gonna have to see if the Aghanims does work.
I mean, I've got to imagine, you know, that so you're getting these Aghs early. Sure, the dispel is nice, but I mean, there's not really too much you're taking off, right? I mean, I guess it's some sort of slows here and there. But ultimately, I imagine it's because of the reduced cooldown. He's just going to have a lot more damage output, just chucking these axes out left, right, and center in the midst of it all.
And he's reducing the PL's damage completely, right? Those miss rates, then the diffusal is going to be counteracted a lot too. So I can see why he did go for it, but it's just, is he going to be able to get, he needs to get a farming item after. He needs to get the actual counter to the PL so that he actually does damage. Because right now it's just, he's going to make them miss, and it's not going to kill his team. But is he going to actually be able to kill them? Not quite yet. But I mean, they're definitely making it work so far here before it does kick off. He's not getting pressured, and they're making good space. I mean, Boom's going to have a BKB at a very good time for this Batrider, which, as we mentioned, they have good counter initiation on Secret, but if he has a BKB, he can break that counter initiation.
They're hunting down bottom, but Toby's senses very nicely done there. As soon as before they even get a glimpse of him, he's already rifting out. So Secret won't be able to put a stop to his escape.
Nisha pushing forward for an Arcane. Matu pushing alone right now mid.
Oh, we got the Yapso. Big pickup. Blink Dagger is done.
And he's got the actual build, too. He has the actual build for when you're going for your Blink Rush. You have the max Aftershock rather than max Fissure. So big team fight, as we said, for Secret going to be kicking off. And we'll see if Viking has to kind of play around it really nicely. Either have the Batrider with the BKB, or they have to just start the fights from like these weird angles and get this good angle of approach to make sure that they don't just get comboed by all that crazy team fight from Secret. Doing a good job of farming, though. Even Aramis has his BKB queued up, too. They're understanding what they need to get on these frontliners and what they need to get on these initiators so that they don't get counter-initiated on.
See what Secret's next move is. How's Matu doing after the defusal? Nearly having that Yasha on top of the defusal hood. So yeah, this PL still very much going to be quite difficult for Viking to deal with. So as we say, though, we'll have to see sort of in practice how much the presence of Shab with the very soon to be completed Aghanims will, you know, how much harder it makes Matu's job in these fights.
Yeah, because it's going to be he's going to have to put attention differently in the fights too now, right? Because he's going to have to help his support. This is more of like you're helping your support build, I feel like, for your Troll Warlord, because he's going to have to fight around them to protect them from the illusions now, because he's going to apply all that miss rate so that they can actually get their spells off. I'm really curious to see how it does do. He's going full defensive. He even queues up BKB after, so just fighting in full. It's a fighting full defensive build, and it could work. As Puppy.
I'm just having to use it there to make sure that they don't continue to chase him down.
Quiet game though. 5 to 6, 17 minutes. Both teams content with the pace. Both carries content with the farm that they're able to get here on the map.
It's just sort of a question of, you know, in whose minds is this bet? Is this Viking saying, hey, you know what, let's chill, we've got Shab farming, or is it Secret that are feeling more confident with the PL? See the smoke from Viking. Boom. Ah, lovely opening there from Aramis. Instantly in with the silence on Tanisha, but they didn't quite find the follow-up lockdown. They couldn't catch him in time with the rest of them. They'll get Yapsor instead by the looks of it as they go over towards the mid lane. But Nisha actually able to make it away there. I thought they'd have the chain lockdown, but they didn't.
I don't think they initially knew that Yapsor was there. Boom didn't want to use his BKB, and then, yeah, he missed the opportunity there. But they'll get the tower out of it, so a nice move, and they still have Lasso for the next move that they do want to do. All in all, looking pretty decent for the side of Viking.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, this Ags, it's definitely going to cause issue, especially for Storm, right? You know, Nisha's got to be careful that he doesn't get, like, just hit by the whirling axes. He's got to keep himself at a distance, because if he gets hit by that, that's, what, a full 5 seconds where Nisha's damage output is going to be pretty limited, because he's not going to be able to hit anything with the Aftershock procs. Aftershock, sorry, Overload procs.
Overload. I was like, wait, I wish Storm had Aftershock.
Ability drop. But you know what I mean? You know, missing attacks for a Storm Spirit is highly infuriating.
I think he's going to be looking... Nisha's probably going to be looking to playing on different sides of the team fight, though, right?
Sure, just staying completely away
It all
from
depends
Troll.
on how Shad plays in the fights, because he can play around defending his supports with it pretty well, because the Storm and the PL, they're going to go for those supports, so it's really how Shad chooses to take the fights. But definitely could be annoying, absolutely. As Celery, he'll walk into the river under a ward.
I see Aramis trying to come in. It's going to be a buyback for Celery. Viking want to try and take this fight over to the side. Shad pushing away Zai. Zai, he's got the ghost out. But they will respect that buyback from Celery, and they're not going to try and push any further with the Exorcism. We're still definitely content with Matu getting the full top half of the map to himself.
Yeah, they got the BKB from the Batrider, and they used their Exorcism, so they just wanted to be careful with the buyback. But immediate smoke, they still do have their lasso. They had this ward watching up top, watching the PL's movement, so they're trying to track Matu. Very hard to find him, though, and they are playing very defensively around him. Shad will find a DD bottom, as his team does swoop over and get some more wards down toward this top side. Looks like they're setting up, though. They still do have that ward. Puppy did get one down earlier.
Oh, Nisha. They're going immediately in there. Aramis did try and catch him there with the silence, but not quite getting the position with the boulder.
He's respecting that silence a lot. It's causing Nisha some problems. And Aramis is on point so far with this 1, 2, and 6. And we were mentioning how he's building a BKB. He almost has it. This Philosopher's Stone is paying dividends. It's going to be problematic for these. I mean, these two frontliners on Viking are going to be able to go in and not have to worry so much about this coil, this Earthshaker ult, and these fissures like that. It's going to be pretty nice for them to stick on targets. Matu is still getting all the space in the world, though, which is definitely a concern for me. Because, like I said, Shad's not building the items to counter him. He just has the... I mean, I guess you can say the Ags in a way is a little bit, but no ways to actually kill him. Just control.
Still quite a few peaceful moments in this game, really. Yeah. And it's, I feel, you know, you still gotta believe that for the PL, this is probably preferential when it comes to carry matchups. And I think maybe a bit of this sort of decision to maybe not necessarily push it as much as they would have otherwise for Secret is the fact that, you know, Shad has this Ags. Maybe that is a bit of a deterrent that said, all right, you know what, we're just going to keep farming. You know, we're just going to allow Matu to continue to do what he does. Because with this early Ags pickup on Viking, they have prepared for Secret to be going on them. And Secret at the moment, they're not giving that to Viking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's also they have dual core versus a kind of single core, right? The Batrider at some point does start to kind of fall behind, even though the hero is still overwhelmingly powerful in the later stages. They will just have a core advantage at some point. And the Death Prophet as a hero scales really hard when you're playing versus this type of a hero like Underlord. You're always going to have a phenomenal target to Spirit Siphon. And Underlord, he's a different kind of monster in these engagements. I mean, I feel like Secret is happy with the way that the game is going, but I don't feel like Viking's too disappointed either. It just seems like both sides are very happy with the state of the game.
Yeah. And we see from the intentions of Shad's build. So yeah, once the BKB's done, he will of course go back for the Maelstrom into Mjolnir. So he does have that item to fight the PL. Yeah. Top lane Aramis. He's out with the roll. As Nisha, he can't chase on. Puppy's going to try and set up with the Dream Coil. Boom. Popping the BKB immediately. See if he can get a catch with this, but Secret a little too speedy to get out of there.
Nisha out of mana, though. They got to back away. Give some respect to it. These BKBs are ticking, though. That's twice now he's had to use it without actually finding an opportunity for lasso, so down to 8. Yeah, they're just playing the farm game. Just farming items, farming for Secret until they get their next big the next big, I guess. I mean, Matu's just, queuing up the heart. Just content.
I know, just be interested to see how good of a job Viking are going to be able to do at, you know, finding the real PL when it comes down to the action. Because I do think, you know, this Shad Aghanims is the 60% miss chances, you know, it's going to greatly reduce the damage output of Matu when it comes to him trying to commit. Sure, he's got a few dispels here and there, but the cooldown's so low that it's a lot to play around. He's going to get caught by it multiple times in the fights. If they can keep Shad alive and at the same time find some sort of lockdown onto Matumba Man, the PL's fight is definitely a lot harder to execute than maybe initially hoped here for Secret. Secret, they've got the core down on the two of them. BKB comes out from Aramis and boom, lockdown's there onto Zai. They drag him straight back into the midst of them all. There's no backup from Secret. They have to let Zai go.
An immediate disengage. They have bounty runes in 30 seconds. They're trying to claim the high ground here too, and they'll be able to get it. So hard angle of approach for Secret, but they're looking to go in. Puppy. They've got the buyback from the Death Prophet.
Yeah, they really don't want to let this objective go. Nisha, he's got the grab in onto Toby. Toby, he should go down into the silence. He's going to try and get what he can out, but Toby will get taken out by Matu's army. Zai with the wraparound setup onto Celery. They'll be able to pick themselves up a second. There's 2 heroes down. Zai's buyback definitely paying off here. It has enabled Secret to move into the Roche pit. And with Viking just having 3 heroes alive, they're not going to contest this at all. This will be a Roche for Secret.
Maybe Kyle's in my head right now, but chess is... That looked like a game of chess right now for Secret, right? They let... Like, Zai just dies. They let him die. BKBs are used. Lasso's used. And then they see Viking playing over-aggressive. They buy back, take the fight, and it's right around Roche. It just was a kind of like perfect play, it seemed like, for Secret, even though they literally just let Zai die at the start of it. It's a very smart move from them. And who did get the... They're actually... Okay, they actually give the Aegis to Matu even too. I thought they might just give it to Nisha because I feel like Matu's pretty invulnerable, but now we're probably going to see Matu really pushing the boundaries. He's probably feeling like he's going to get heart, and then they can actually start threatening and starting to make aggressive moves for once on the side of Secret with it.
True, and I guess he's, you know, out of the lineup, he's going to be the one that's... You know, if they want to try and push with the Aegis to take objectives, he's going to be the one hitting the towers.
Yeah. And he's just going to be... I mean, he's going to be charging. Like, he's playing versus Oracle, right? So he's going to be charging into the backlines. Yeah, well, we see here, Matu just a few hundred off having the heart. So continued quick item timings here. 26 minutes in. 8-8. Definitely one of the more passive games we've had. And less than a 1k gold difference in it. Very, very close right now. It's just all a question of whether Vikings' approach to this game is going to pay off against a farmed PL. If Shad is just able to carry the game against Matu. I'm really concerned because it's just him who's really... Oh, he gets a nice free career there, as I'm saying. But it's just him to deal with the PL, to deal the damage. And this PL has 3,000 life on top of a hood. And he just feels very unkillable at this point. It doesn't feel like the rest of his team is going to be able to contribute much of anything to actually deal with Matu. It has to be Shad. So we'll see if it all does work, because they're smoked, waiting for an opportunity on the high ground. I like Boom's item build here, going for the Shivas as well. I think this is really nice versus the PL to try to find it and just tank up. But will it work? As Secret, we have 27 minutes. We're seeing the new neutral items being picked up. They're farming these camps. Boom. Does get spotted by the ward as soon as the smoke does end. Yep, so we'll back away with Nisha.
In fact, Secret, they're looking to start stepping straight back towards them. Boom. Yeah, he's got to get himself out of this area. The rest of Viking already on the retreat.
Secret has some very limited vision at the moment. They just have that one ward down in their jungle. So just playing kind of with darkness on the map. Still getting themselves in a good posture with this farm. Nisha is getting close to his BKB. He's 1, 2, and 3, but he's unbelievably fun. 300 last hits on this Storm. They've just been maximizing. It's been a game of really maximizing on both sides. Secret slightly pulling out ahead on this, though. And their scaling lineup, it's starting to look pretty scary for Viking. Even though there's barely any lead, it's just, how are you ever going to deal with Matu?
Matu tries to have a bit of a poke at Shad, but back up inbound. Viking sat straight behind him in the mid. As yeah, it still very much feels like a game where the fact that it is sort of low on the kills that it has been has mainly just been down to Secret's choice to avoid unnecessary engagements. You know, sure, we've seen them come in at moments popping the exorcism, and this has just been around looking for objectives. The other fights have been ones that the Vikings come out to look for. As again, Viking with an attempt to make the jump in mid, but they can't quite catch him. Puppy's out.
Standard puppy puck, just being super annoying. Just giving a lot of information too when that happens. Like we mentioned, they don't have much wards on the map, but that happening, they get that now. They do have this ward bottom that sees Toby chilling on the sidelines. Toby in a world of hurt.
Yeah, leaning in with the sides, but they have got the Greaves. Is he able to get the rift off in time? There's a lot of lockdown and further silence here from Puppy as he comes in with the rift, and no escape at all here for Toby. It's that ward indeed granting them the setup for the free kill. See Viking at least able to reclaim their outpost here at the top half before the 30th minute.
Puppy's making his swing over. He TP'd up top instantly, maybe looking to try to snatch it away, maybe giving his life for it. Let's see.
He's going to be able to get it back in time. They're going to have to fight him.
Matu's guarding him. I don't know if they can fight him with Matu in the area too. They might try, but Matu's covering it completely. And yeah, they're going to deny the outpost from Viking. Just heads up moves from Secret as now.
Shad's alone.
They walked right on Shad.
I mean, maybe they didn't expect it to be as alone as he was. I mean, of course, he's still a very hard target to go on. Did have BKB and Battle Trance to fight through, so Secret not looking to commit on Shad. They'll give him the respect and space.
They're just not making any unnecessary jumps when they feel like they might get a kill or something, but it's not necessary. Matu, his Aegis does tick out as Aramis is going on him, but he can just quickly disengage with just a doppel.
Now we're seeing Shad. Shad's nearly got the completed Miona. So whilst Matu is stepping ahead in farm, Shad not too far behind, and he does have that item to help him stand against the PL. The problem is that Matu is as farmed as he is. Already 2,800 gold ready to start spending into the butterfly.
Yeah, he's gonna have this full item advantage over the troll at this rate. And Troll's items, I mean, his space in his bags is starting to be kind of limited.
And because you got to think, you know, 31 minutes in, Shad, he's only won 1 or 2, so he's only been involved in like 3 kills, very little action. Yep. Was this the intention when he did buy the Ags? Like, was the Ags bought do you think, to stop Secret from going on him, or was the Ags brought with the intention that the action would happen? Because I would imagine if they knew it was going to be this sort of game, wouldn't he get the Maelstrom earlier because that would have sped up the other items?
That's how I felt about it too, but I mean, they must have felt a different way. They must have felt maybe they were trying to just lead the charge or something and maybe be able to get more aggressive. But I mean, Secret just made this game be so passive because of the way that they just disengaged all the time. Just tough to say. As Puppy, he's chilling behind a tree.
Ready to block these smokes. As they're in onto him, but he's away. He's away with a blink, and Nisha actually zipping in, trying to spook them on the back lines, maybe try and see if he could tease out some BKB charges, but Viking keep their cool. Nobody's going to pop their BKB.
They're going to re-smoke. They're going to re-smoke, and it's an arcane rune on Nisha. So he's...
and a regen.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's the Storm Dream here. Arcane and regen. He is good to go.
They're scouting the wards now, too, to make sure there's no vision. Puppy.
As he gets the Dream Coil down onto 2, he's separated them. We've got Nisha trying to go for Celery, but Celery's out with the Glimmer Cape. Zai popping the Exorcism. They're starting to spam the Lancers in onto Boom. Boom gets the lockdown with the lasso, but Boom is falling low. Zai able to buy time here with the self-kills. Viking with the remainder of their BKBs. Can they actually kill off Zai? No, Zai's got the movement. He's able to step out to the side. Zai's going to live. Matu's starting to move in. Fisher out onto the 4th, and the follow-up with the Action. Look at the Yapso. He's in with the Echo onto the 3 of them. Shad's down. He's dead and gone for 70 seconds. And they're just cleaning them up one by one. They're going to be able to get the team wipe off the back of that Secret.
That was... I mean, just dancing from Secret. Nisha dancing in the back, giving Yapsor a 4-man fissure opportunity. Yeah. 4-man enchant totem, and his blink comes up right after the enchant totem. Oh, I mean, picture perfect.
It really has felt that the Secret, as you say, they've not done anything unnecessary this game. They've just played this out. Absolutely textbook, and Viking, that they had something in mind. They're trying something a little different with this Ags rush on the troll, but just unable to do anything with it at all because Secret just never really made a bad move against them.
No, and I mean, the way that they took that fight, for people who want to see like spell casting and just dancing around a fight at just perfection, helps that Nisha, of course, had an arcane and a regen to be able to do this, but they just completely ruined Vikings'
We'll
attempt
see it
to
again.
fight.
I mean, you could the impending doom there where the Fisher's in. You know it's coming. And then here he is. Yapsor straight into the middle of them all. I mean, that's the power, you know, as you talked about at the start. Big smiles there from Nisha.
Damn.
As the game, you know, suddenly then, you know, the real difference here has been blown wide open. 12K lead for Secret. After what, a few minutes ago, yeah, you see on the graph, that lead only just cropping up in numbers, but you could certainly tell that Secret, they knew that was coming. They were just waiting for the prime opportunity to create such a lead, and they've done it. And now they're ready to continue the aggression. Nisha straight in onto Toby. Shad watching from the side. Does have Boom in with the backup. He'll be able to get the lasso out onto Yapsor, but the Dream Core's down. Yapsor does fall. They'll get something out of this, but the space is there for Matu to finish off Roche. Aegis and Cheese is his. Viking continuing to slip further behind.
Yeah, they got 2 full sets of racks. It's an insane gold injection. The support puck of Puppey has a full Aghanims after all this. They get a Roche too. Everyone finishes up their next item. If we saw the last fight be that difficult for Viking where they could, I mean, that was also a perfect echo and perfect control from Secret, but now they have to play versus even harder grounds here. And that was beautiful. I'm just still like, that last fight was just so pretty to watch.
Yeah, they just picked Viking apart perfectly.
And now they're setting up for Shad too. We've got everybody running over it. Coil still on cooldown about 15. Yapsor just starting to respawn. God, and the ceremonial robe also coming into play in that last fight too. Didn't really point out that he had it, but just everything on top of each other kicking in. Absolutely. And the range on that bad boy is pretty big, right? So even with the Fisher, you're likely going to be in range of the debuff on the heroes. So they are going to have that extended stun duration when you're looking for the setup. Yep. Scan on the right side. Catches Aramis. Gonna get scouted very quickly. Puppey might just coil him in a sec. Aramis. He's gonna pop his BKB. Boom's trying to move in, but instantly they're on him. The Fisher lockdown's there. Boom, he's popping the BKB. Has to be false promise as he falls so low. Nisha gonna zip straight over towards the easy kills. Looks to set up on Aramis. They'll get one. Now they turn over towards Toby, pulling him back, siphoning him down. Toby, but he's still alive. He's trying to escape, but the ghost from Zai finish him off. Shad attempts to move in. He's still holding on to his BKB charge. He has to pop it, as well as the Battle Trance. Boom, he's got the grab on Zai with the Battle Trance. They've got the attacks to take down one. Matu also falling, but he has the Aegis. He's ready for a second round. Buybacks coming into play from Viking. They want to make sure that they can take down Matu the second time. Into the silence, Nisha trying to help out. Fisher down from Yapsor, onto Boom, onto Aramis. Boom to fall. Boom also buying back. They're trying to throw everything into this Viking to turn it around, but Matu, he still prevails, staying alive, turns over towards Shad, bashing him up. Shad, he's trying to eliminate some of the hits here with a mischarge of the Boiling Axis, but it isn't enough. Another Fisher from Yapsor. As Shad goes down, they just cannot deal with this PL. It's another death on Aramis. Matu just going target to target. They've got a root. They've got one more buyback to throw into this from Shad. Matu's incredibly low, but he's able to step out to the side of the fight. He's away. They're trying to chase. Can they get any grab with this? They've had to use all 5 buybacks here, Viking, but Puppey holds them back. The 3 of them coiled into position. As Nisha, he's still watching from the side. No, they're waiting for a chance. I mean, are they going to be able to get back in on this if they get another hit? Their tier 4s are dying. The catapults are taking them out. They're looking to catch perhaps on a reset, but no. Viking will be able to get away, but Secret continue their push. And yeah, like you said, PL, the king, just sitting in the midst of the team fight, just hitting everybody, splitting his illusions. Even though there's what? Everyone buying back almost on the side of Viking, still unable to take the fight and only take out Sai. And Puppey. Puppey buying back. It's certainly looking pretty impossible right now for Viking. So Matu, 25. And yeah, nearly having the completed Abyssal, still just
an insane amount of farm here, 38 minutes in. Matu.
And they're ready to still like poke and prod. The Earth Spirit's just respawning. They've almost got everything at the ready. Boom.
Boom's getting jumped. He's got to put the BKB. He's trying to find a target with the lasso. Zai's able to dodge it here with the self-fuels to get the grab onto Yapstor. With the silence in the pullback, Yapstor's still alive, and he's able to get his spells off. Pop the enchant totem, turns with a Fissure. Shab popping the BKB, trying to fight against this, but he can't find the real PL. Matu completely kites him. He's out to the side. They've lost Boom, they've lost Celery. Nisha's still got mana to play with as he zips back in for the cleanup. Yapstor comes in with the Echo Slam, down onto the two of them. They're all dead yet again. Triple kill for Nisha. This game is over.